Welcome back to the Acoustic Shop channel. I'm John here. We got special guests in the studio today, both Pete and Shannon, the new owners of Breedlove and Bedell Guitars. We're going to talk about what's happening. Is it going to change? Has your favorite guitar company just totally disappeared? I don't think so, but we're going to find out today, so stick around. It's going to be pretty cool.
I keep blowing down the road. Lord, they call me to breeze. I keep blowing down that road.
I have Pete and Shannon over here. These guys are the new owners, like I said, of Breedlove Guitars. And we're going to be talking about what's going on. Glad to have you guys here.
Thanks for having us, buddy.
Why guitars?
Pete.
Oh.
Shannon.
Yeah.
We made a lasting impression, didn't we?
Yeah, you sold it. You sold it.
He goes by Ponch, though.
I do go by Ponch. He goes by John.
Yeah.
I love it.
Or Thelma in Louise.
You know how little people know about that there?
Why do you got to bring that? What?
I didn't say little people.
Don't do this.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. Anyways, why guitars, guys?
Do you want to see my last text with the little guy and Ponch?
I don't.
From him?
Don't get started on that. Why guitars?
Yeah.
You know, this was an opportunity, a once-in-a-lifetime thing for me that Pete brought to me. And, you know, as a lifelong musician and enthusiast of sorts, this really, for me, was an opportunity to use all the useless knowledge I thought that I had in my head and apply it to something that I love and to, you know, do something that I think we have an opportunity here to obviously bring a different vision, but not too different of a vision, but new life and breath.
New blood.
New blood into what is a wonderful operation.
Yeah.
And so it's just a real opportunity for us.
Very, very cool. Both of you guys are Nashville-ites, as of not necessarily, well, you are like steeped in it, but
Steeped.
you're not originally from Nashville, but you've made your home there for quite some time
I've been
now.
there since '94.
That's official.
That's official.
That's like native.
Especially in Nashville.
That's
that becomes like.
But is Nashville kind of like Florida, where there really is no such thing as an
It's true.
original Nashvilleite?
It's rare.
I don't know that one.
I mean, I'm not going to say that there's none.
It's pretty rare.
It
these
is
days.
rare. Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, I
no
kinda
doubt.
figured
No
it was.
doubt. It's rare. I do feel like I'm from there, though.
But
I've lived there.
94 is way native. Way native. Like way deep.
Thank you, man.
It is.
I feel like I just.
You just got
I feel like
accepted.
I did. I mean, that's true. Because I mean, he's like, I mean, that's kind of like. I never looked at him as a pope.
big year.
But,
That was a big year in Nashville.
It actually was. I
It was
moved there.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's because you moved there. It's true.
So, all right, cool. This is how this interview is going to go, guys. I hope you're ready and strapped in, and hope you find something out of this.
Yes, right.
No, but you guys are kind of bringing a new breath in because of the fact that this is coming from your side of Nashville and the music scene there, and what Breedlove has meant to that community and what it will mean to the new community. So
I feel like the thing for me, I never thought I would be or have the opportunity to do this. I shared this earlier in some of our conversations. I couldn't have dreamed this up. I really couldn't have. I feel like all roads in my life have led to this moment now where I've always had a deep appreciation for guitars, not just as someone that writes songs and that's the instrument I use and it's just a part of the getting the song out. I've always had like this fixation. I sing, and I can't tell you how many times people have said to me, dude, stop worrying about guitar. Just focus on singing. But I'm like, no, I love this guitar, man. Like, I mean, my friends actually would like give me their guitars to change their strings. I just got one of his the other day that was Eddie's. He's like, hey, change string on this thing.
oh, I thought he was going to tell you he gave you one because he's a drummer and doesn't understand how to use it.
That's right.
He goes like this all the time. He's always like,
Train beats all the time on every guitar.
yeah, right.
What is?
But truly, though, think about this. All
I love
joking
this chord.
aside,
This is.
if we can. It gives us the opportunity for myself as a player of all the little intricacies that over the time that the guitars that I've played and horse traded and had that all the little how's it feel? What's the neck like? You know, what's it feel like when I'm resting my hand on the body? How's it feel when I finger pick it versus I strum it? What's the tone? how do we create a guitar that's not only a great recording guitar, that's a great plugged-in guitar, that's a great writing guitar? How do we, like, those, that's real to me. That's something that, I mean, oddly enough, I've thought about those things for years and didn't know that's why I was thinking about it because of today.
That's very cool.
Well, they have an energy to them too. It's like the guitars have a magic, and all instruments do. I mean, drum, acoustic drum. It's like, when you pick it up, and when you start playing, if it clicks with you or whatever, but that magic, it's in there. It's like you feel that instantly. It's like again, that's part of what we're all chasing. Always.
Well, I bring up that history of what you guys did in Nashville and stuff. And we got, by the way, there's a podcast that'll be going along with this too. If it hasn't already released, get ready for it because we talk about.
Listen to it at your own risk.
At your own risk. But it talks a lot about their history and the family. And we were talking about with you, I'll cover. This guy right here has been around, like I said, singing and songwriting in Nashville. Also was on The Voice, which is a big deal. It really is. Not everybody gets to be on The Voice. I don't know if you know that or not.
Well, hey man.
It's official.
I'm
that
just
not
a big old
everybody
ugly
does.
trophy of God's grace, John.
And then this fellow here taught music history, recorded history, but even before that, comes from a very, very esteemed family of music, which is Eddie Arnold and the Arnold family. There's so much going on, and both of you guys got into other businesses, but also had music in here. Now you're back into guitars, or you're into guitars in a different way than you've ever been before. So now comes the big question, which is what everybody's been asking me since the announcement of this. You guys know we were very tied in with Tom Bedell and the team at Bend, Angela and Eric, and all the folks that were working over there doing things, and we've introduced our audience to them. But now they're all coming back to us and going, what does all this mean? Does that mean Tom's not here anymore? Is it over? Is my favorite guitar company gone? What does this mean?
No, it's the exact opposite of being, is it over? It's just started. We have this opportunity to take the company to the, actually it's like a clean slate, really. Because over time, some things can kind of lose a little bit of vision, get sidetracked a little bit, or maybe go this way a little more than it needed to, or it was just going at that time. So now we have a time to reset it, listen to the market, and say, okay, so what are the things that worked? And what are the things that maybe didn't work or that could be improved? So we have like this great opportunity to be able to change those things and to listen to the people, to listen to the market, to listen to what people have said. And it's very, like Shannon and I have scoured online, I mean, literally comments looking for feedback. And we found all this, through time, through this whole process. And it's pretty obvious that the different changes that we're going to make are what people have been really kind of asking out of Breedlove, or the next steps, Breedlove and Bedell. Hey
guys, I hope you're enjoying this. It is cool talking about guitars and where instrument companies are coming. If you like more of this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment. We need all that stuff. It'll help us to continue to do this. Also, right now, we are on our drive to 75,000 subscribers, where we're going to be giving away $3,500 worth of guitars and prizes. Make sure to check that out. There's a video and a link down below. And again, thank you all for supporting the channel. Well, the hard part for you guys is going to be, and I guess you can address this, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, Shannon, but every time a major guitar company, instrument company in general, goes through various different owners, right? And honestly, it already happened with Breedlove now. This will be the second time. Is a major change that now either has a chance to make it better, or in some cases made it worse because they didn't listen to what the brand was or what it needed to be. Because everybody, I get it, and I think everybody out there needs to recognize this too, is if you're putting your hard-earned money into it, it's not because you think everything is all great and want to leave it exactly the way it is. You want to become part of that whole equation. You don't invest in a company to go, you know what we're going to do? We're going to walk in here and nothing's going to change, and we're not doing anything with it. I'm just going to put my money into it. That's usually not the way this works. But the line has to be drawn as, where can you go? So have you guys put any thought into that?
Yeah, I think that you make very good points, because again, like we talked about earlier, it's like keeping an eye on the history and kind of, kind of always have in the back of your head that, like, I don't want to go in and screw things up. you don't want to script the things that are great about the company. But again, like you said, if there wasn't opportunity, and if we didn't see opportunity to do things to improve or enhance the business, and again, like really, I think for the most part right now is the simplification part of things, and really focusing in on the branding. And I don't want to get too detailed about all that, but like you said, like Pete, it's like you get into with a company and or it lasts for a long time, and everything just gets really complex and overcomplicated at times. And so, what we're hearing and the feedback that we've been getting, and being in Nashville, we have access to a lot of folks that we know that are legit guitar players, and people that we've been talking to that are, that these are real professional people that these are their tools.
They might have more of a finite take on playing a guitar.
Sure.
That doesn't mean that anyone's not legit, right? But I mean, they just have a more finite.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they have a finite look of this guitar, and things are going to dive in deeper sublayer.
And they have opinions on the branding, and they have opinions on, again, sort of the things that we've been hearing about, the feedback we have about there's so many models, and it's just kind of a confusing. Some things are competing with itself. Some of the models are competing with each other within, and it's all under one roof. So you have Bedell, and taking what's so great about Bedell, I think really in leaning into that is really one of the big things that that we're looking forward to doing.
Awesome.
It's taking these are. I mean, they're just phenomenal. Let me go back and say something I've said in every probably interview or anything that I've talked about is like the quality of the guitars we've never questioned the quality of the guitars. Can you always improve? Of course, you can always do things to improve, and you can always learn, and you can always do things a different way and better. And again, listening to the market, but we've never questioned what's being made in Bend, Oregon. It's never one of those things that it's kind of like, that's good. We know that's
covered.
We know that's good. Not that we're in be comfortable or cozy with that. It's just that's good for the moment. Let's focus on these other things that we need to do. And some of that is low hanging fruit. And so there is opportunity, and that's what is also the motivating thing about this.
Very cool. Well, let's talk about Breedlove in particular just a little bit here. You're saying, and again, I'm not asking for details of where everything's going and all that, but again, this is about an opportunity to kind of set some minds at ease. What is there? This is a 30-year-old company. Yep. This is not a brand new company. It's got legacy. That's right. And when Tom bought it, it had legacy, and there were some things that were going on. He brought new aspects to it. Obviously, his big push, sustainability, sound optimization was a new opportunity for them. What of that kind of stuff? I mean, obviously, you've got designs that were come out of Kim Breedlove and his brother. We got things that kind of work their way into this world. You're not throwing all that stuff away and starting all over.
No.
But you're kind of taking it. Are we keeping sound optimization? Is this going to be a world?
That's such a part of our DNA.
And we're enhancing that. Actually.
Yeah, enhancing it, and the consistency of sound optimization is remarkable to me as a guitar player. I mean, I used to go in shops, just like a wonderful shop like yours, pick up 3 models, same exact guitar, 3 different versions, same one, and I'd kind of sift through them and play them for 2 hours.
The best one, the one that's good and the one that's not.
Right.
Yeah.
And that will remain to be the players out there that loves the hunt of that.
Sure.
But I think with sound optimization, we really can hone in on that to kind of get rid of a lot of that element. This guitar you have right here is a perfect example of how that's on steroids of that concept, of how we could take a guitar, find the frequency, and there's this guitar that we can enhance. It's not exactly the same. We make a little bit of changes, push it a little bit further here, move back. So that's not going away at all.
Good.
I'll tell you something I was just thinking about the beginning models to now, neck shapes. This is something unbeknownst to me. I grab a concert neck, and as we're going through a design phase right now, I picked a shape, and I'm like, this is the shape of the neck for the concert. And Angela Christensen, who's our lead designer, our vice president we have promoted her into that position, which she is.
She's awesome.
She is amazing.
One of my favorites.
She said to me, Pete, that's our original Breedlove neck shape. And I was like, really? I was like, so there's part of that heritage. Does that make sense? I mean, and then a wave headstock. That's Kim Breedlove's design. So there's that. I mean, Are there little different wood sets or thickness that we might change or do? Yes. Is there a shape that was a Bedell that could possibly be a shape in a Breedlove? The shape. These are things like that's what we have the luxury of these two amazing brands to extrapolate those things and just enhance.
Very, very cool.
You know.
Well, that's pretty awesome because again, always the worry for any company or any, sorry, not for the company but for the consumer is, especially once you're into that ethos, what is going to happen to my world? And you guys, whether no matter what, there are people that get into, and there's a large percentage. Now, one thing that I think the fans need to know out there is Breedlove is a much bigger portion of the guitar market than what
Correct.
Bedell was.
Yeah.
And that's, if you're following our channel, obviously we leaned pretty hard in onto Bedell because we were doing some really fun stuff and working together with that team pretty well, and it, kind of had its space. But in the end, Breedlove is a much bigger company, like about 3 times the size, you would say?
4.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4
in the
times.
overall numbers. So are we still going to see some import line stuff in the future? Obviously, we're going to see this world of the USA stuff being expanded.
Well, right now it's safe to say that you think about we acquired the company in May. Is it May?
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot
End
of
of
moving
May.
parts.
I
End
bet.
of May. So talk about drinking from a fire hose.
I bet.
I'm not answering the question or dodging the question. There's
No,
just
I-
lots of things that we're still working through. I mean,
You
the
can't have all these answers
yeah,
right
no.
now.
I mean, even like on import or wherever that is. I mean, that's a moving target right now in this world as a whole.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
we're just trying to be responsible right now and like figure out what is that next step.
The political
So we're in the
situation.
middle. We're like, you're catching us here in this.
Like in real time.
It's real time. I mean, it's real.
I'll say this: that I can say, like, again, because obviously, at the same time, we're dealing with political issues and tariff issues and things like that that affect everything. But either way, I think our thinking has always been that we would love to see more focus on what's made in Bend, Oregon.
In the USA.
That's
That's where the
And-
company was
and-
started. Is that-
And really, we want the identity of Breedlove to not be the identity of the import guitar.
Sure.
And so we really, that's kind of like the brand identity and just the energy in Bend is, I think, should be the more what we focus on.
Well, I think that's a good
and
idea.
the Bedell legacy there's nothing that the Bedell legacy continues.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's again, that's what is, because this is, I mean, very, very important. And of course, Tom coming in and putting this line, I mean, these are gorgeous guitars, and again, there's no reason for us to ever not have all this goodness here. So it's kind
That's
of,
right. How could we possibly get rid
there
of
will
that?
still be guitars that say Bedell on them.
Yes.
And it's and again, both streams and both focuses are still, they'll be ongoing. So again, the more innovative, like not when say innovative, the more progressive kind of left field, kind of out of the box sort of mentality of Breedlove, that absolutely will continue. And then absolutely with taking the traditional elements of the Bedell, continue that on as well. I think again, I think and that actually really is a big part of this too, because again, we don't want to copy other companies. We want to focus on what Breedlove has been doing for so long.
Sure.
And those missions. And so again, it's about making sure that we're focusing on those things that, again, we're doing something a little bit more unique, so.
I think the fun part about this, and again, guitar people are very, very stuck in their traditions, and they find this, like we talk about Breedlove and Taylor and some of these companies as these progressive guitars, but what we got to sit there and recognize is they're really not as new and inventive as what you think they are. They're officially a traditional guitar now. Like we just said, this is 30 years. Taylor has been around even longer than that. That's not really a new
Yeah, we could
thing
point to other
anymore.
things that have come out recently that are.
that are a lot more progressive.
Yeah, right.
Well, we're working on like laser technology
Really?
to add onto the guitars to put lasers on them.
I love that idea.
And we're creating like some AI technology to have someone who's going to be created just to actually play the guitar instead of someone like a real person.
It's
so
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are innovative things we're working on.
I mean, we love ChatGPT.
I bet you do.
So we're trying to figure out a way to have that just play the guitar.
I love it.
You know,
I mean, you don't need it.
You don't need us.
Why do you need to play it?
it would
I
just be the
never have.
guitar.
Just stand there.
I've never done it in the
guitar.
first place. Do you not understand? This is what editing is for. These guys
Oh,
sit there and they
my
edit
God.
all the
Oh, my
videos.
God.
It's like
I
a
don't-
player piano
old
for
time.
guitar.
Yes.
I don't even know what this is. No, I think this is a really important.
Sorry.
No, you were fine.
The answer is yes.
I think this is a really important side of this, is making people understand that what you guys are coming into this is not to come in here and reinvent the wheel. It's not to necessarily change everything, but it's to kind of give it a new focus. Sounds like to me, again, maybe I'm putting words in your mouth, and if I am, they're the right ones.
Of course.
You were wondering.
Of course, John.
Well said.
Hey, I'm not disagreeing with you.
No, it's really cool that to hear it from you guys that that you understand that these are both important spaces that need to be continued, and especially that Bend, Oregon team. They really do know a lot of stuff, and they're doing things that not everybody else
Yeah,
is.
they're phenomenal, man.
And the most important thing is they got this guitar right here, which is my personal favorite.
Well, the other thing too, I think that, and I won't get too deep on this, but like I think other changes you'll see, like welcoming people to the factory in Bend is a big thing, and we're working on the space right now so that it's going to be very factory friendly for people to come in. They can tour, they can
Gift
buy
shop.
some merch and things like that, and letting the people in Bend, Oregon. We've met with the mayor's office, economic development, and outreach, and those things that we're trying to get out to the community. And that includes charitable organizations as well. So
cool.
it's kind of those are sort of initiatives that kind of haven't really been pursued in several years from the company. So it's kind of those things that we're also doing to kind of, again, kind of shine the spotlight back on what's happening there. That is telling about kind of our focus, again, back to the factory in Bend, Oregon. So it's kind of...
We've got an initiative that we're doing right now that we're just in the first stages of it, of helping kids out with guitars. And for me, I've got 3 young kids, and it's so cool that now we're in a position to help, and the name of the company is Breedlove. So it's not just about this guitar. It's about all things of, not to be hippie or whatever, it doesn't matter. Who doesn't love love?
Yeah.
So that's really a part of our mission also.
It's a message.
Yeah, it
we're
will
legit.
go deeper than just, hey, all right, how's this thing just sound? And let's pick, you picking, I'm a granny, come on, let's do this. That is beyond important to me as a guitar player, but I feel like there's a bigger message also that can be given to the people.
Well, that's
help out.
If if we're coming here and you want to hear my advice on any of this stuff, is to remember that there's not very many companies building bad guitars right now.
Right.
And so you guys have this opportunity to build great guitars, which you've been building, and to continue to do it. But the best thing to remember is that it's all about the people and the message and
exactly right.
and the overall feeling of a guitar company that has to kind of live on. And if you guys are keeping that in mind, like you said, with the people, what's awesome is you are using the team. You didn't go in there and just say, hey, we're scrapping all these people that are in here and we're starting all over and we're changing this and we're doing. You have to realize that, like I said, there's a lot of great guitar companies, but what really makes us all do is recognizing that when we make music on it, it's part of our soul, it's part of our body, and what we are as musicians is our instruments. That's right. And that comes from whoever built it and all the way through to who gets to hear it. So keep that, there's my recommendation, which you already know this.
Well, that's
nothing you don't already know.
That's the bigger overarching.
It's good to hear it again. No, it's good to hear that.
That is again, like I'm evangelical about this. It's like we believe. And I think you're seeing when you've got 2 guys that are coming in that are in charge that are actually musicians, and so it's a little different than it's been run for the last several years. They're great folks, but they're really, it's a different mentality. I think that we bring into this, and I think that's, and again, an evangelical kind of purpose of doing what you just said. I think it's all about that message, and it's about that community, and it's about that vibe and that feeling, and feeling good about when you buy a guitar that's made by us. There's more to it,
We'll have meeting after meeting, right? Sometimes meetings about meetings, but we'll start a lot of times, and I'll play a guitar, and I'll just start playing. I'm like, remember, this is why we're doing it.
Yeah.
This meeting is really as in the weeds as it's gonna get. This is really why we're doing this.
I'm just glad to have you guys in here again, talking to folks, letting them know what is in store and where the world of guitars is according to Bend, Oregon, and Breedlove and Bedell. This is pretty cool. I'm excited to continue to see what happens. Thank you guys for coming in here. Thank you guys for watching. We got some cool content on Breedlove and Bedell guitars. In fact, there's a video. If you click this link right here, right below me, you can check it out. It's actually on the discovery of how we built the 1940 together. The 1940 Bedell is a cool project, and we'd love for you to check that out. Until next time, bye-bye.